we tend to hear that question when the world is in an uproar or our personal lives seem to be disheveled, in a confusing state, when there seems to be some kind of loss. We ask, where is God? Well, not all of us ask, but the majority of us ask, where is God? And I got to thinking with everything that's going on and everything that's going on with myself, because the last 2 years has been definitely a journey that I never expected. But one thing I've learned is when you're doing any kind of service, any kind of service, community service, activism, philanthropy. Did I say philanthropy? Yeah, I think I pronounced it right. But nonetheless, any kind of service that you do, and you do it from the heart, there will be attacks. There will be some things that will happen that we just don't expect, right? Now, the last 7 months, almost 6-7 months, I believe, the enemy has definitely been honing in on me, and the people that he's using, whether they're willingly being used by their own greed and deceit and envy, or that they are involuntarily being used, meaning that sometimes you have people just afraid to lose their job, so they have to go with the flow of others. But nonetheless, it's being done. And I also noticed that when we filed for our nonprofit, Pearls for Community Empowerment, I'm telling you, it feel like I'm going through, got all these spots on this glass. It feel like I'm going through the enemy of the state type of situation mixed with a Job moment, right? So that's what it seemed like. Yeah, that looks better. That's a lot better. So it seemed like everything that my name has been attached to has been wiped out over the last 30 days. And the interesting part about it is I just started thinking, like, I'm constantly celebrating God. I'm never weary in the sense of I don't recognize him and I don't acknowledge him. But as far as the flesh part of it, and even sometimes spirit, I might find myself getting a bit frustrated, bounce back, getting all kinds of different emotions that's been going on, right? So, and I'm thinking to myself, actually it's more of my spirit keeps showing me that you always celebrate God, whether nothing's going on or everything's going on for you. And even in troubled times, you celebrate him, but it's different. It's a little bit different when you're really going through. So I started looking at everything that the enemy has been doing and who he's been using. And it's interesting because you still got to pray for those people, even though you know the people mean you harm, and mean you hurt, and even mean you death. It can be anything, but you still have to pray for folk. Isn't that something? That's something. And then you kind of ask, again, the question can always pop up, where's God, right? Now, I would tend to get that from people, and somebody reminded me of that. Thank you, Donna, because I know with this video, that's going to happen. So instead of me putting the video out and then waiting for the question to come in, I said, let me just stress the question in the midst of it all. Am I tired? Yes. Do I sometimes feel like I'm just worn out Yes. Does it feel like there's no immediate change that can possibly happen? You know, I teeter back and forth sometime with that. But overall, I just know that once we file for that nonprofit, right, things have picked up. So I'm at a point where I'm realizing, why aren't you still celebrating like you normally do? Again, everybody know I talk about the Lord and Jesus and the angels, guardians, and warriors on a regular basis. But I just realized that even when I'm going through, though I celebrate, it's a little different than when things are just moving smoothly, or when things are above the overflow thing. So I said today, and I've been trying to do this actually for the last few days. I kept getting hit with things that just kept coming and coming and coming, and I'm like, whew. So today I said I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna do this. But I'm like, why not celebrate still? Because when I celebrate, I'm not celebrating more or less what God has done, but who He is. So celebration should still be, I have to muster it up. I have to push it up. And that's what this is about. So out of all of the stuff that I named that has happened, and when I say it's happened, I'm talking about the last 30 days. Literally, not even a full 30, but rounding it off, the last 30 days. I have lost a multitude of things. Everything that I named. And I started sitting last Thursday, and I remember God showing me, because I was like, ooh, this enemy is really trying to beat a sister down. He really trying to put a sister down. And the spirit of me reminded me of the only 2 times I was physically knocked down. And I mean overall, in my spirit, in my body, in my mind, or just knocked down. And not in a harmful way, but the only thing that was ever able to knock me down was the power of God. The Spirit was showing me, what I've been through. And when you experience death, I mean, I had a lot of losses. My mother was murdered by the medical system trying to cover up their error. Same thing with my father. And then when you feel death come onto your body and different things, you got things to compare things to. And even though I am in a displaced / homeless state, and that's another thing, I can't get into any shelters because they consider me high risk because of the kidney issue, and I have an issue when it's extreme bacteria. So if a place vending system is not clean, or they don't keep clean and stuff like that, I'll become very susceptible. So again, I have been through a lot, and it doesn't negate what I have been through and what I'm going through right now. But I'm putting the enemy on notice. God gave you permission. He gave you permission to mess with me. He gave you permission to mess with me. And some of the things I know is definitely from the enemy, and some things I know is life, and some things I know God is allowing for a defined reason. But even in this, I'm going to celebrate. This is what this is about. Where is God? He's right here. He's right here. He's watching. He's taking notes because he's an excellent record keeper. And that's how I got my little skills. And he's celebrating. every time I get past a hurdle, every time I stumble, because that's one thing that I'm grateful for. The enemy has been able through the years to shake me up a little bit, stumble me, but I always had good footing. I've always had good footing. Would never be a fighter because I think it's barbaric, but nonetheless, if I have to, yeah, all right, but nonetheless. So this is about, where's God? He's right here. He's watching, he's celebrating, he's protecting. So regardless to what may earth, as far as the earth seem foreseeable with my situation, I know the heavens is greater than that. And wherever my feet may tread, and no matter how they may tread, I know God is protecting, I know God is watching, and I know God has got to be through. I know these angels, God, his wars ain't around me for nothing. You know what I mean? So it's definitely set your eyes, set your heart on the heavens and God and Jesus, and the angels, guardians, and warriors, because we can't make it out this life. We can't even make it through this life without being attached to that of which we came. So I am grateful that I'm able to get to this point. Like I said, there's been a little bit of fight over the last few days because it's been there, but I couldn't just get it. How can I put it? It just like, it felt like I was still, like I couldn't move, but it was always in my spirit, like, you got to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. And also too, let me say this too, because a lot of times when we're going through, it can be easy. I know I don't experience this, but I'm pretty sure some people do, and they feel like my mother, dad's supposed to help me, my sister, brother's supposed to help me, my cousin, my aunt, uncle, grandparents, best friend, homeboy, girlfriend, fiance, all of these different things. Our mind get all caught up, like who can. It's easy to do that, and it's easy for somebody to say, let me help you, and you take it right away. But what I would say is this: make sure that you stay close to God. Let him be the one who guides you to any kind of help. And I'm not talking about just like if a service place, if you need food, you can go to a food bank or, things such as that. I'm talking about people, because it's easy to get caught up and get so stressed out and panicky and lean on people when we're supposed to be leaning on God and his son. And the angels, guards, and warriors that's governed over us, is protecting us, is guiding us, the Holy Spirit. It's easy to do that. And what happens is we ended up feel like we're obligated to someone when we're supposed to be only obligated to the Lord. So, and even when somebody offers, take a moment. Let God guide you in your answer to receive or not receive. Because sometimes all help is not necessarily good help. So again, just stay rooted. I know it's rough out here. I know it's tough out here. But I can guarantee you that you can find some peace and some balance. You just have to stay close. I'm so glad and I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful. But one of the key things that's been helping me is our fast days. We have set fast days. It's been that way for years. And being able to stick to the fast when I don't have a penny. Well, actually, I might have about 10 cents. Just have about a couple of coins in my pocket, literally. No money in the bank. Nonetheless, I'm staying true to God. So enemy, be on notice. It don't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you do. You have put death on me. You have brought death around me. You have put illness and sickness on me. You have put confusion on me. You have separation of family on me. You have now snatched up any and everything that was on my name that was helping me on this earthly side of things. And still again, guess what? I'm smiling. And one thing I've learned, that even if I had to fake smile, even if I had to fake smile it, I'm still good, because one thing the body understands is that in order to be upset, mad, frustrated, and all this stuff, your face, everything in your face, the muscles have to go downward, down and out. Like, just in order to conjure up. But when you smile, even if it's a fake smile, you can't have those energies. You can't even have a negative thought when you do that. Like I said, am I stressed? I'm not stressed, but do I have stress moments where I have little things here and there where I'm thinking too much? Of course, I definitely have it, but I try to battle right out of it. As soon as it comes, I try to attack it out, try to find something to pull that thought. I'm definitely and pulling away from thinking on stuff. Once I submit something and take care of whatever I need to take care of, I'm walking away, and I'm just like, Lord, I'm praying for you to let it move how you need it to move. In the moments, we have to find a moment to smile. Even if you have to put on a comedy movie, look at some old pictures, talk about some old times that was hilarious, whatever we need to do it. Because we cannot let things take us out. We cannot let things distract us. We cannot let things make us feel that we have less than or we unworthy of something. We cannot let things be the prominent, dominant thing. And again, so all of this stuff is so much stuff. So again, but it's just about the smile of it. I'm just thinking, like, I've been through worse. I experienced death on my body. I spent death on my body. This stuff, it is. And I'm 56. And I had so many wonderful years of just floating. I had many years of working and pounding and putting in the work. 2 jobs, a job at a small business, all of this stuff. I've done all that. Then I had a period of time where I was able just to float. So this here, it's my time. And am I thrilled about it? Absolutely not. I am absolutely not. But I'm grateful, because it shows me our resilience. And again, going back to the fasting, I'm still hitting my fast days. I'm not wavering. I'm remembering them. I'm going in, and even when things are happening, I'm sticking, And when you can get through, if you're going through something, and you can get through a fast day, like I said, everybody don't have to fast. You don't always have to fast from food. You can fast from TV. If you're a TV watcher, I haven't watched TV in 13 years, so that wouldn't be me. But you can fast from music. You can fast from junk food. Whatever it is that is the most thing that will provide you with a little bit of a struggle. You don't want to fast on something that's simple and easy. That's not what we're trying to do. So whatever you need to do spiritually, I'm just saying, it's just like, I can't imagine, in a sense, like, I'm shaking my head because I'm saying one thing, but I'm kind of thinking another at the same time. But at the same token, again, I'm hoping that this can bring some encouragement to anybody, just to hold on. And I know, and I'm hearing it a lot, when you're going through so much, you right over the breaking point of blessings and this and that. But I've had a lot of, and your prayers being answered. I put a lot of prayers out. Now, most of the prayers ain't even for me. So even if I got to keep pressing and going for somebody else I prayed for, that's good enough. And the last thing I want to say, do service. Service some folk. If it wasn't for the work over all of everything. Outside of not wanting to disappoint God, that's the main thing. But below that is the fact of serving people. But I helped. God used me. He trusted me, used me, and look at the good that happened. So, and because of the work that I constantly do and helping others has been keeping me stable, keeping me above ground. Because when you see somebody like the Lord just work on their behalf, you know yours ain't too far off, for one. And then two, it's just a good feeling when somebody's smiling and they thank you, or they send you a card or hearts and whatever they may do. So again, do service work. Try to volunteer some places. Even if you can't physically volunteer at a place, but you can do some volunteer work from your home. I'm telling you, if you do some volunteer work, I'm telling you, it would help you get through. Even though you may be going through, again, service work, fast, stay close to God, keep your relationship with the Lord, and watch and defeat the enemy, because you be defeating the enemy right there. You be defeating them. So again, I'm going through my enemy of the state Job moment, and like I said, it's an interesting one, and how I'm even able to muster up this smile and this laughter, because it's not one of those laughters like you're so disoriented, like you're just laughing, or you drunk in the spirit, which is kind of cool to be drunk in the spirit, because that glee and that joy is unbelievable. But nonetheless, I know it's because I've been consistent. I've been consistent with my prayer. I've been consistent with my worship, and I've been learning more and more to reach out to people when I know that what I got going on is not enough. I call my folks, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna need some prayer. So to have your little, your prayer warriors with you is an amazing thing. But again, know what you need in the spirit that'll help you maintain and help you stay strong in the other areas of things that may seem to be worry, or things that may seem that you have lost. If you can hold on to that, on the other side of this thing, even through it, but on the other side of this thing is going to be amazing. But if you can find anything to hold on to make the moment that you're going through amazing, that's just as well. So again, I'm hopeful, and my expectations is somewhere. I got to catch up to it, basically, because I think it's so far ahead of me. I got to really catch up to it, and of just all that's going to happen. Enemy, you're on notice. You cannot destroy that of which God has built. You cannot destroy that. Even if this flesh was from this earth, it doesn't matter, because I'm spirit before I'm this flesh. And no matter what you do to cause this flesh some woe, my spirit is strong enough to pick me up and leave only 2 footprints. I'm not backing down. I'm not hiding. I'm not doing none of the stuff that you want us to do when you messing with us. So while we going through what we going through, you got to find a way to stay positive. Don't treat people bad because you feeling bad. Don't do wrong on people. Don't take from people. Don't steal. Don't do wrong. Try to stay positive, because when the time comes, whether the sky cracks or whether your name is coming up, you don't want to leave here and go opposite from that which you came. All right, I love you guys. Peaceful dreams and sweet awakenings to y'all who may be hearing this at night. Have a blessed day if this is morning, and if it's the middle of the day, I hope all balance stays and all joy increases. All right, bye-bye.